Hello again. This is the update from December. So of course, I've been thinking about Advent, thinking about Christmas coming, thinking about how we welcome little baby Jesus into the world, into our lives. Um, and this phrase "no room at the inn" is really stuck with me. Of course, in Calais, it's such a place where we actively make no room for small babies. I mean, but also Jesus in the form of the refugee. Um, I don't know if you know this, but every 48 hours, each one of the little camps, the light living sites, are evicted with an excessive amount of riot police coming through. People, if they haven't moved their tents all out of the way already, sometimes the police will slash their tent with a knife. They'll lose if they have a little bit of money or documents that might be helpful for their asylum claim, or sometimes numbers of family members. It's a moment when people lose contact with people that they love. Um, but there's also violence that there's police violence that accompanies these evictions. Um, and for me, I'm just thinking about that in this Christmas time. Um, it feels a little bit like Herod. I'm thinking a little bit of how Herod responded to Jesus coming in and being afraid to lose power and trying to use his power to make no room, or to make sure that Jesus wasn't welcomed. Thinking of sort of these two ways that we can respond to to Jesus coming into the world. Also thinking about Jesus, the refugee, fleeing to Egypt because of Herod with his family. It's something we see on a daily basis in Maria Skopsova House of Hospitality. Mother and child of all ages, newborns, 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds. But these families that are like the Holy Family. So I think, well, I had just a couple of days ago, hearing some of the women in the house talk about the moment when they're trying to get out of these small boats. It's such a dangerous moment already, but when police come in with tear gas, sometimes with rubber bullets, and they said that the police don't even wait to see if there's babies. And unfortunately, I remember one moment when a 1-month-old baby was tear gassed directly in the face and was crying and vomiting. For me, that's a picture of both this border, but sometimes how we're welcoming Jesus in our time and in our lives, and with, well, it's actually our money too. If you're a UK taxpayer, the UK government spends more than half a billion pounds, around £500 million, just in this 3-year period. And I can tell you that money is not going to help anyone. It's hurting, it's harming, and it's actually causing people to die at a higher rate than any other time before. Um, so I don't know, just thinking, how can we try not to participate in this way like Herod, and participate in this massacre of the innocents, or the most innocent people suffering, but how can we shift to welcoming, or to making room in our inn, to making room like Egypt did to this foreign country to welcome Jesus. So I want to ask you again, always to pray and to think about these babies, these mothers, these fathers, that are fleeing the threat of their life, and threats on their lives. But I also want to ask you if you have anything again to share in a gift like the wise men. Refugee Women's Center really could use your support. So it's a grassroots charity that, basically, they're facing impossible decisions of, do you give a tent to the pregnant mother, or to a mother with several children, or to someone who might be at risk of trafficking, or under different pressures and threats of exploitation. Um, so yeah, I've actually just heard recently that they're running out of stocks of these emergency survival blankets, that the reflective ones, these kind of gold and silver ones that can save lives when people have hypothermia after being in the water. So yeah, I think below there'll be a link to Refugee Women's Center, and if you have anything to share, it would really, really make such a big difference, and it could be your way to make room in the inn for Jesus this Christmas. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you again in January.